Okay, update time. Haven't updated you guys in a while, and the last one was actually back here on the start of week 29, Christmas time. I did nothing. It's Christmas. And then I was wondering this too. What do Etsy sellers consider good? Like 100,000 a year, that $50 a month, and they're happy, it seems. I'm not happy with this shop at all, which is why I haven't really done much, but I haven't closed the shop. It's still making money. I haven't put any more effort into it because the it's just not worth my time, to be honest. It's something that I put in 30 weeks, which is what's 30 divided by 4? Almost 6 months, 5 months, 6 months, I guess. 5 months. No. 30 divided by 4. 7.5 months. Is that right? Holy crap. Wow. Wait a second. Yeah. So I put in like 7.5 months, and it is producing not very much for me at this point. Now, there is a reason that it's not doing as much as it should, and it got hit by something that happened in the Etsy universe that seriously affected it. And if that didn't happen, I feel like it would be doing a lot more. I can't really say what it was because that'll give away the niche I'm in. Actually, I'm just going to give it away. So, just to explain why and what happened. So what I did is, back here, I'm going to put this in here, summary. What niche am I in? Okay, so a lot of people have been guessing. They've been trying to figure it out. They thought it was like clip art or something like that, but it's not. It is a mock-up shop. Okay, that's what I did. Now, back a couple months ago, there was this big ordeal on Etsy about how if you buy mock-ups and use them on your Etsy shop, your shop will get banned, which is complete and utter BS and baloney. But enough people get a hold of something in Etsy groups and they just run with it, and it actually started tanking my sales on my shop. So that's why my shop isn't doing as well as it should have. It was just I thought mock-ups would be fine, and I thought they would do very well, and I did open up a mock-up shop, and it's still running right now, and it's got 2,400 listings, actually 2,420 listings in it, and they do still sell. Okay, it's just Etsy sellers are in groups. They're nuts. They're just crazy people. One person says one thing, and it ignites like a wildfire of misinformation and rumors, and they all go crazy with it. So that is what happened to this shop. I put a lot of time into it, and then all of a sudden people are saying they're getting banned because of using mock-ups, and it wasn't the case at all. People got banned because they're doing trademark infringing stuff, or they're just doing stupid things that got them banned. Their banking account information didn't add up, or they're opening up, or they got banned and they open up another shop and it got banned, and it's just on and on and on. And there's been like, it seems to be a very touchy subject, so it actually really did hurt my sales quite a bit. I was going along very, very well until that happened, and then my sales just dropped off like pretty much a cliff. So I'm going to give you a summary. I'm going to wrap up this whole challenge today, and I'm going to tell you, don't go into this niche for Etsy. There are a boatload of shops on Etsy that have that are mock-up shops, but I guess now they're saying, well, you have to actually buy the product and take a photograph of it. So the other thing is, every single one of my mock-ups was AI generated. Every single one, without a doubt. So I've gotten really good at creating mock-ups on Etsy, and I actually have some training in my group coaching program on how to do it too. So I ran a whole month challenge on how to make mock-ups for your shop, and then I was like, I really enjoy doing this, so I'm going to make an actual shop. And then I'm like, why don't I turn this into a challenge, and then why don't I just run with that? I do think too that this shop will still take off, and it's only 8 months old now. Started in June. Well, let's go to the beginning of this page. I think I can do Control Top. Yeah, so June 9th, 2023, I started it, and we are at, well, let's go like this, days since June 9th. Since June 9, 2023. So 234 days, which is how many months? Months. Let's go months. So about 7 months and 2 weeks ago, I started the shop. And now, for the big reveal here, let's go back. So the last update I gave was in here. the 29th to, sorry, 22nd to 28th. So I'll go from the 29th to today for this one. So let's go back up here. Let's go custom. Let's go, yeah, I got 29th until today, which is 29th. So I'll apply that. And you can see I'm still making sales. I got 62 orders, 4.4% conversion rate, $112.65. So that's not too shabby for not doing anything, literally nothing. And I can show you the marketing too for the same time period. Marketing, Etsy ads. Then we'll go the same time frame because I did turn ads off. So let's go back to the 29th. Not sure when I turned them off, but we'll find out. And then to the 29th. Apply. Oh, I guess I did run $13.36. That was back on the 31st, and then the 1st I still had them on. I shut them off on the 2nd. So there you go. So that it's whatever that number was, 112 minus 1336 was my revenue. So in a month, this thing's now up to like $100 a month. I'm not doing anything on it at all. And it really did get stung hard because of that whole mock-up fiasco. So I actually am kicking myself for not going like the clip art route with this because I feel like that could have done a lot better. But there's my orders. 22,900 visits, 1,591 orders. I got a really good conversion rate, 7%, and I've got revenue of $2,589.80. However, there are costs to this shop now, which means every 4 months I get dinged with a bill for about $480, which absolutely sucks. It's horrible. So this shop, being the niche that it's in and what happened in that niche, short term it stinks. Long term I do think it will survive and I do think it will prosper. So I'm still not going to give away the shop name, but that's the niche. So what I would suggest is if you're going into the digital world, don't go into mockups on Etsy because the Etsy sellers are just crazy. And I don't know if you're in any of those big Etsy groups, but you saw the whole thing. And there's even like videos on YouTube about Etsy sellers claiming that, you know, mockups were the cause of all these shops going down and you have to have the exact product from the supplier, blah, blah, blah. I just like can imagine them sitting there. And most of them are actually sellers that don't even use mockups. They're like handmade sellers who take their own pictures and then they claim they know what they're talking about. So not a fan at all. I'm just going to leave it running in the background because I do have a lot. And what I did in order to put it, I'm calling it like maintenance mode, is I drop my prices substantially so that I can pick up a lot of sales and get some momentum back. Now I could go back in and make more mock-ups, and there are mock-ups too that do work very well. I don't just have static mock-ups where you take it and you overlay it onto a product. I also have like templates, like Canva templates too. And one of my best sellers is actually, it's a template where I actually went, once it started taking off, I expanded the listing. I started, I shot how-to videos on how to actually use it and how to apply it in like Canva and Photopea and Photoshop. And I think adding that value to the listing actually helped it become a really good bestseller. And now I'm even seeing that mock-up on a lot of shops because when somebody buys from you, you can see their shop. So you go to their shop and you see your mock-up on there. It's pretty cool. So people are still using the mock-up, and it is perfectly fine to buy mock-ups and use them. I don't care what those what the peanut gallery says on Facebook. I've even contacted Etsy themselves, and they've said, yeah, it's fine. We don't have an issue with that. So going forward, that's the niche I'm in. What am I going to do next? What will I do next? Print on demand. Because I really like the digital world, and I do have digital shops going with the PNG and the SVGs and all that, like the clip art files. And I've got some other niches that I'm not going to reveal to on the digital side. But I think I do like this challenge. It kept me motivated and it kept me going, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm thinking I might do a print on demand one next, and I might lower the goalposts a little bit. So instead of going 0 to 100K, which 100K on Etsy for most people is just not possible. And there's even Etsy is like it's like a low numbers game type place, like type platform. You're not going to make as much as you can on Shopify or WooCommerce. If you're comparing platforms, Etsy is like the beginner platform where people really don't make much money. Maybe the top 2% of stores do, and they're the ones that are like 3 to 7 years old or 3 to 10 years old. The old shops do pretty well. The new shops struggle for like years, and they don't really make any money. So the good part is, the other plan is this print on demand challenge, I think. So let me know in the comments if you want to see that. Also, move to WooCommerce. So I'm going to move the shop to WooCommerce, and I'm going to continue selling. And on WooCommerce, I can actually raise my prices, and I can rely on my own ads in order to get sales too. So I've got a lot of plans for this. Was not a waste of my time at all because I learned a lot, and I just basically got hit with some bad luck. That's it. And that bad luck can happen to anybody, and it happened to me because of the niche I was in. So like I said, people are still they're still buying my mock-ups. It's just the volume went down once all those rumors and BS crap went around all the Facebook groups. So it does still work. Anyway, if you want to see me do a print on demand challenge next, that's really my wheelhouse. That's where I made the most of my money. I still do like Etsy. I still do like digital a lot, but I just got stung with a bad niche. I'll call it a bad niche, but it is a good niche. I mean, mock-ups exist. People need them. So when you can supply the people with what they need, that's always a good thing. And it's not a waste because I will move it off of Etsy as well and continue marketing it off of Etsy, where Etsy groups and misinformation won't spread as rampantly. So let me know what you thought of the challenge. Let me know if you think I should do another one for print on demand. Let me know what you think the goal should be. Should it be like a smaller one, like $0 to $1,000, like a quick and dirty smaller one? This one would be like a year-long one, 0 to 100K, especially on Etsy. If it were 0 to 100K on like Shopify or WooCommerce, that would be different because you can move faster because you can control the traffic. So I'll do this too. Things I learned. Let me do this and then we'll close it off. Let's go enter things I learned. Etsy is small time money for 98% of sellers. I'm sorry, but it is. And there's always the exceptions, but it really is a small time money place. And this is me just coming from platforms where like I've done like $2,000-$3,000 in a day. Maybe even one was like $4,500 a day, and that was pretty good. And that's on Shopify, and that's me as a small Shopify seller. But on Etsy, that would be like an amazing amount that nobody really does. So it's small time money. I also learned that misinformation spreads like wildfire. It's like the telephone game with these groups. One person says some crazy thing, and it just takes off like crazy. I watched it and I was sitting there going, "Oh my God, come on! Any other thing? Just do it on any other topic. Don't do it on mock-ups." And they did it on mock-ups, and then I would go in and I'd be like, "Well, I'm still selling them. They're working." And people would be like, "You shouldn't be selling those. They're illegal." And I'm like, "Oh my God, it's not like something you snort up your nose. Come on, give me a break." Anyway, the other thing I learned is, let me go here. Sorry. Etsy takes a long time to get going, which is why if I'm going to do a print on demand challenge, I don't know that I want to do it on Etsy. I almost want to do it just to challenge myself, because I know there are a whole bunch of barriers to doing it on Etsy, but I want to do it just to prove to myself that I can do it anywhere I want. And I have had success on Etsy with print on demand, but that was pre-pandemic. So I don't know. We'll see. I think I have more success off of Etsy with print on demand, honestly. And it's just a matter of being able to control that traffic. So yeah, let me know what will I do next? Print on demand challenge. Which platform do you want to see? Which platform do you want to see? Do you want to see Etsy? Do you want to see Shopify? Do you want to see WooCommerce? I'm hoping everybody says WooCommerce because that's really what I want to do. But I also know that the demand for Etsy and print on demand, like training and videos, is a lot higher than WooCommerce. WooCommerce is actually pretty small compared, like just from the video side. Speaking of that only, from a platform side, they're huge. They're actually bigger than Shopify. And most people don't use them because they don't like the hosting on them. Anyway, I'm babbling on, so I'll close with that. Let me know which challenge should I do next. Now that you know what my niche was, have you tried that niche? How'd it go? And if I could go back in time, yeah, I would do a different niche for sure. And I think I would be a lot further ahead had I made that choice back, 7 months and 2 weeks ago. So onward, the only time you fail is when you don't learn anything. And I learned a lot from this challenge, and I'm very happy with it. And I think that we'll just put the cap on it now. It's going to continue running in the background, and it will continue making sales. And then maybe the day that it hits a tipping point, which is going to be like a year or two out from now, when it really starts making a ton of sales, that's when I'll make another post. And then people are saying already, I can hear them, you have to post every day. You don't. You really don't. That's baloney advice. Don't believe it. Anyway, Etsy's a weird platform. I'll put it that way. It's very uncontrollable. You really have very little control on Etsy, and that's not something that I like much at all. I like a lot of aspects of it, but that's one thing I don't like. So let me know in the comments, what's next? Print on demand challenge. Which platform do you prefer? And we will go for it. Oh, and let me know the dollar amount too. Should I do like 0 to 1,000, 0 to 5,000, 0 to 50,000? Like, what do you want to see there? Let me know too. Post in the comments. Let's go.